Right, Jermaine, who do you say is the toughest left back you've played against in terms of stopping you, and also who do you think is the dirtiest left back you've played against?
I'd say, I'm not sure of his name, but the one at York, that's probably the toughest one. He's built like an ox and that, and I never really look forward to playing against him. He's quick down the sides, and he can come inside as well. So he's probably the dirtiest as well.
Right.
To be fair, yeah.
Toughest and dirtiest, the same player.
Yeah.
Right. What's your perfect Sunday?
Super Sunday football. Roast. Be nice if the weather's nice and that. Just chill out and just to chill out and tweet, and maybe a bit of PlayStation added in there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Who is the quickest player at Cheltenham Town? Is it you? If not, who is it?
Oh, it's me by a country mile. I think it was debatable between Mo up until recently. I think I can't remember what game it was where I came on and I absolutely burnt the full-back. I think Mo accepted then. He said, "Nah, Jay, you're quicker than me. I ain't catching you at that pace." So yeah, me.
You never actually had a race there?
Nah, I don't think it's needed after that now.
Right. Okay. Which part of your game do you work on the most in training?
I'd say coming inside. Playing off the forwards and crossing it, but in terms of the way I play and that, in terms of the way I've been defending up against, probably coming inside, trying to work on getting in that left foot and getting shots off, playing it and bouncing off the strikers.
Yeah. Okay. What can the fans and the club do to improve the atmosphere at Wadden Road for home games?
I feel it's just a matter of I think to be fair they're decent. Just keep singing. I think there's a stand that sticks out more than the rest of it. I think if we could get more of them to be like, I can't remember what stand it is, but they sing it.
The Wymans.
Yeah, if they can all get as close to that even like throughout the game and that, whether we win, lose or draw, and get behind the team and that, it makes a big difference, and I think that'll help.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any particular players you've based your game on or look to sort of learn from in football in terms of wingers?
Well, I've really I used to be more Wright Phillips because where he was small and nippy and that. I haven't really, he's not played as much as they say. I'll look at the likes of Nani. He comes in on his left. He can go left or right as well, and he's quite quick and he's got a fairly decent end product as well. So it's more Nani.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the best player you've ever played with?
Played with. Best player I've played with. Oh, that's a tough one. He was there. To be fair, the best player I feel I've played with is Robin Shroot. He was there for a bit. I think I've seen that player do some stuff. I've played with him from when I was young at Staines as well. And growing up, I'm not sure the time he's had here, like whether he had the best of time, but both footed and that, and technically gifted player.
Yeah. Okay. He's at Stevenage now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which team did you support as a boy?
Arsenal. It's always been Arsenal.
Right.
It's my team.
Okay. Do you ever think you should have stayed at Aldershot when you sat on the bench, or do you rather be in a team that's at the right end of the table, maybe not playing every game?
Nah, I didn't have no regrets with that. I moved and where we were sitting in the table and I was happy doing ingredients, and I know what this team was capable of, so there wasn't a point where I thought I want to go back to Aldershot. I was always happy here. I knew what I was capable of. I knew I'd get in the side and stay.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have any winners at the races?
Quavega, I think it was. Yeah. It's one favourite, but an enjoyable day for me. Never been the best, and none of my tips came in anyway. So yeah, not really had the greatest day.
Okay. What's your ambition in football?
To play as high as I possibly can, and every player around my age group and I wants to play as high as they can, and want to keep pushing on and to win things. Do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to be part of a promotion as well. I've never been part of that as well, so that's mostly my ambitions, and like I said, to play as high as I possibly can.
Yeah, okay. What's the most obscure ground you've played at in your non-league days? Is there any that were just basically a park, or any that really nobody would have heard of?
Yes, where I started, Rains Park Vale, in Rains Park, and it was really bad. Dog and Duck United standard, it was really bad. Like potholes everywhere and that. So that's probably, I won't forget that.
Right. Okay. What's the best and worst thing about living in Gloucestershire, being and moving away from London? What do you think's the best thing about that, and also the worst thing about?
Best thing I'd say is it's nice and quiet. You can. It's a lot more calm than London. You don't hear sirens every 10 seconds and that. Worst things. What can I say? Worst things. I suppose whereas my missus has moved up, she don't stop complaining about wanting to go home and stuff like that. I have to deal with that a little bit. Apart from that, really, I'm settled. I'm quite happy here.
Okay. Who's your best mate at Cheltenham Town, would you say?
I ain't got no mates at Cheltenham, so I ain't really got no mates. I'd probably get on with the most at the moment. Probably. I think Byron edges it now, but before it'd probably be more Sido. Me and Sido talk a lot.
Right. Okay. Who did you look up to when you were younger?
as in player.
Yeah, it might be Wright Phillips again, but was there anyone before that when you were a kid that you sort of remember?
I've just I was watching Arsenal when I was young. It's Ian Wright. He's a forward, doesn't play my position, but just what he achieved in it and the time he made it in his career was quite late. I think when he started at Palace and that. So we've looked up to him. I think he's had a great career. And he's a great person as well. I've always looked up to him.
Okay. Somebody wants you to take players on more often. So what do you think about that? He said, why didn't you take players on more often?
Well, good question. Yeah. That's something I understand the fans want to see more of me getting around players, and me personally, I'd love to always take players. Go through stages in your career where you're flying and you want to do it. Sometimes you want to mix it up and pop it off. There's times obviously when I'm doubled up, so there's no choice. But if I'm going to be really real, it's I think sometimes if I'm not feeling as confident where I've not been in the side, it might not be my first option taking a player. I want to keep it simple and work my game up. But yeah, if I'm flying and kicking it past them and running, is probably best option, so I want to do that more often. Yeah.
Okay. I already know the answer to this one, but if you could choose to play for a Premier League team, which one would it be?
Yeah, it'd be my own club, Arsenal, definitely.
Okay. Best moment so far as a Cheltenham Town player?
Second leg playoff, scoring that goal at Jenna, that was just unbelievable. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just, I can't really describe it, but I'll never forget a time like that. The first leg I know I scored in that and it was important, but that second leg that just sealed it. You go at Wembley, so probably that goal there.
Okay. And somebody was asked, why are you so quick? Do you think it's a genetic thing?
It must be a genetic thing. I get asked that a lot. I don't know why I'm so quick. Them twitch fibres, but yeah, I just want to eat greens and stuff. I don't know if that helps and that, but yeah.
You've always been quick.
I've always been quick from young. Yeah, I used to do athletics and stuff like that as well when I was young. So I'm probably better at football. So yeah.
Right.